Have you ever thought that just a handful of nuts in your pocket could throw your testosterone off rhythm? Have you ever wondered why you wake up drained, get up to pee more at night even though you ate very clean the day before? And what if the smallest thing in the kitchen is actually what quietly decides your performance after 60? I know that confused feeling. This week something is called a superfood. Next week it's blamed for reducing masculinity. The more you hear, the more discouraged you get, and then you just let it go. Today, we're not here to scare or judge. We're just going to cut the noise and slowly set each brick back in place. Which nuts are stoking the fire of inflammation, pushing the body toward estrogen, making the prostate uncomfortable, and which are the four small but correct choices, gentle enough for energy to return, deep sleep to come back, and mornings to start with fewer sighs. If you want less confusion and a clear route, subscribe so the next parts arrive right when you need them. And to help me know whether I'm hitting the mark, comment 1 if this feels useful, 0 if it doesn't. Just a single digit, no pressure, but a signal for me to fine-tune this for you. I'll speak as if sitting with one patient. No magic tricks, just things small enough to do tonight, yet still make a difference after a few weeks. Now, before we open the kitchen cabinet, let's agree on one thing. A body after 60 doesn't need sharp turns, it just needs a hand to retune the strings. If you're ready to hear the instrument return to the right key, let's start by looking straight at the 4 choices that seem harmless, but are quietly pulling your life's rhythm down. Do you remember the last time you woke up with your head feeling weighed down, your bladder calling in the middle of the night, and by afternoon your energy sliding away as if down a sand dune? You changed pillows, switched teas, cut back on sugar, yet everything still stalls like an old clock. If a body after 60 is like an orchestra that needs its strings tuned, then the smallest snack in the kitchen can sometimes be the note that screeches. I'm not saying a single peanut can make your life fall apart. I just want you to see how very small choices, repeated long enough, create that feeling of not being yourself anymore. And once you see it clearly, you can nudge the steering wheel and bring your day back into the right lane. Are you ready to try listening to that orchestra? Some foods aren't bad at all. It's just your body saying, I'm tired, let's switch parts a little. Peanuts are convenient, cheap, easy to eat, lifelong companions, but that convenience often trades for a tilt toward inflammation, especially when roasting oils and salt make the bladder crankier than you think. Cashews are smooth and rich, but they're low in the minerals older men really need to keep testosterone in rhythm. Not to mention the feeling of full yet not enough that easily pulls you beyond what you should eat. Pine nuts are fancy, their aroma lingering, yet they sometimes leave a strange aftertaste for days, and for those already sensitive, that's a subtle noise. Mixed nuts roasted in oil and coated with sweet salty seasonings are like a party that's always fun at the start, but the next morning is one long sigh. Do you notice yourself dropping by parties like that more often than your body can handle? A body after 60 doesn't need a revolution, it needs a smoother track. There are things as small as a fingertip that fit exactly into the creaking hinge. The right amount of selenium at the right time is like oiling that hinge. Zinc at the proper threshold is like tightening a loose string. Gentle fats are like fine sand filling the potholes on the road you travel each morning. When those small pieces are put in the right place, we're not just eating healthy, we're teaching the body how to breathe softly through the night, how to wake without having to use the bathroom in the hush of 4 a.m. A handful can be 200 calories slipping by without fanfare. I don't want you to count each nut. I want you to remember the feeling of a palm that's just right. When you dry roast at home over low heat, stirring until the nuts are lightly fragrant, you remove the industrial seed oils that wear the body down. When you sprinkle a little turmeric or paprika, you add a warmth your gut lining will appreciate. When you choose a jar with a tight seal instead of a loose lid, you preserve the fresh aroma and remind yourself, I respect what goes into my body. In the morning, 2 nuts really are 2, no more. At noon, a small palmful in place of a salty snack pack. In the evening, a few nuts rich in magnesium, like a lullaby. In the morning, before the light has a chance to touch the curtains, you can nibble on something that wakes your antioxidant shield. There's no need to turn the kitchen into a laboratory. Just keep a glass jar right beside your water bottle. Eat, then take a sip big enough for your body to remember to water the plants. At noon, when your body clock usually dips, choose something that won't make your blood sugar suddenly cheer. Set a small container in your desk drawer the way you'd set an escape route from salty, crunchy snacks. In the evening, before the bedroom light goes out, don't turn it into a party. Give your body a signal that we're getting ready to sleep, and let what you take in be an invitation to deep sleep. You can try 3 nights like that, then ask yourself, how many times did I wake in the middle of the night, or did I forget to look at the clock? You don't need to keep records like an accountant. Just follow a gentle rule. Choose one flavor today, another tomorrow, so your body can stroll through the garden of micronutrients without trampling one single shrub. When you change flavors, you change the feeling. Change the feeling and you'll have the patience to carry on. Once you carry on, small things like waking without rushing to find a cup of coffee can return. Have you noticed that when we aren't bored with what we eat, we feel less need to make up for it with sugar? Do you still wake to a fussy bladder, or was the night you just had as calm as a deep well? Do you notice that in the morning, after a glass of water, your body moves more easily, without having to strain? Do you find that 3 p.m. is no longer a cliff's edge, but just a low step? If those signals haven't arrived yet, stay calm. Don't try to turn everything at once. Simply drop one old habit and add one new one, then hold steady there for a week. The body doesn't like being dragged, it likes to be taken by the hand. If you could wake tomorrow knowing you won't have to worry about getting up to pee in the night, what would you do differently tonight? This isn't a philosophical question. It's a gentle warning. What you repeat every evening is what shapes you, not the thing you do once on the weekend. If there's one thing to stop, stop it tonight. If there's one thing to add it tonight. And don't wait for anyone's permission. Don't let the small overshadow the important. That's the line I often repeat to myself when I'm standing in front of the kitchen cabinet. You might hear someone swear that a certain food saved him. You might read another article swearing that same food ruins things. The truth is, a body that has lived through 60 seasons of rain and sun no longer likes proclamations. It prefers just enough. Don't bind yourself to absolute commitments. Simply promise yourself you'll listen for 14 nights. If after 14 nights you sleep a little deeper, move a little easier, and sigh a little less in the morning, that's evidence better than any numbers. And if you feel your body protesting, you have the right to change course immediately without apologizing to anyone. Don't go to the supermarket hungry. You'll bring home salty, crunchy things that will make your bladder cranky at night. Choose low-salt packages with short ingredient lists on the back. Get used to the real aroma of nuts instead of seasonings that drown everything out. At home, pour them into a lidded glass jar. Place it where you can easily see it. Don't stash it too high. People eat what their eyes can see. Cooking comes down to simple things: low heat, patience, and unhurried hands. Which item are you eating the most this week? At what time of day do you feel most alert? In the past week, was there any night you didn't wake up midway? If you're ready, write a single number in the comments. 1 if you feel you already know what to do tonight. 0 if there's still a snag. Just a 1 number, I'll read it, and next time I'll fill in exactly what's missing. Just enough is what lasts. Anything overdone betrays the original intent. If you have allergies, underlying conditions, or medications, talk to your doctor. If one day your body reacts strangely, listen to it before you listen to me. When you slow down, you'll notice there are days your body says, "That's enough, let's rest." On that day, let it rest. The next day, we begin again as if there had never been any haste. You don't need anyone to certify that you eat right. You only need one quiet night of sleep, one morning without a sigh, one afternoon that doesn't drop into an energy hole. Those things come from small decisions in the kitchen cabinet. I'll keep working with you to peel back each habit, the way we learn to tune strings, not rushed, not harsh, just patient and respectful. If this stretch of the road has made things less confusing, leave a 1. If you want me to create a printable plan for the first 7 nights, add the word plan. I'll read to understand you better, so next time I can say it more precisely. And now let's continue into the specifics, where each old habit will have a new companion to replace it, gentle yet strong enough to keep you anchored to yourself. To conclude, that we're not asking the body for a metamorphosis, we're only asking for one quiet night, one morning with fewer sighs, one afternoon that doesn't drop into an energy pit. It all begins in the kitchen cabinet. Take away one thing that no longer suits you, add one gentle thing, and keep your promise to yourself for 14 nights. I don't promise miracles, I promise clarity. The rest is the rhythm of your hand retuning the strings. Tonight, do exactly 2 things. Remove one item that's weighing you down, add one that helps you sleep more peacefully, drink a glass of water with it, And leave me a small sign, 1 if you see the path now, 0 if you're still caught somewhere. No one is rushing you. I'm just here to walk with you, slowly and long enough. If this makes you less confused, subscribe to receive over 14 nights of recovery in the next video. That's the gift I've prepared for those who want to turn understanding into habit. Generoi Yunshishede. As Will Durant wrote when speaking of Aristotle, we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act but a habit. Tonight, you choose one kind habit. As for the rest, I'll remind you how to keep it.